We always think of our youth as this time when we're basically invincible. But what if the biggest threat to our future is actually hiding in plain sight, quietly attacking our most important organ? Today, we're not talking about your grandparents' heart health. We're talking about yours. And it's time we uncover this silent risk to young hearts.
So, what is going on here? I mean, you see the headlines, you hear the stories, especially from places like India. Young men, guys who should be in the prime of their lives, are suddenly dealing with a health crisis that used to be for the elderly. And this isn't just a fluke, it's a real troubling pattern. The big question is, what's weakening the hearts of an entire generation?
For the longest time, when you pictured a heart attack, you probably thought of someone much, much older, right? Well, that picture is not just old news, it's dangerously wrong. The new reality is a young person, maybe at the gym or just going about their day, whose heart gives out way too soon. This isn't some rare tragedy anymore, it's a growing epidemic, and we have to understand why.
So what's really behind this terrifying shift? Well, it's not just one single bad guy. It's more like a conspiracy of different parts of our modern lives. Let's break it down and uncover the 5 hidden dangers that are waging a silent war on our hearts.
Okay, danger number 1, the 24/7 hustle culture. We're sleeping less, working later, and just grabbing whatever food is fast and easy. But all that convenience comes with a heavy price. Our bodies just aren't built for this constant state of stress and bad nutrition. When we don't get proper rest and food, our systems can't handle fats and sugars correctly, which leads to buildup in our arteries, and that's a straight line to a heart attack.
The second danger is probably staring you in the face right now. Our whole world is viewed through a screen. We work on screens, we socialize on screens, we relax with screens, and we do it all sitting down. But our bodies were made to move. All this sitting around is weakening our circulation, making our hearts have to work so much harder for every single beat.
All right, danger number 3 is a story that, for many, starts way too young. Smoking, drinking, tobacco. They're often passed off as just part of growing up. But really, it's like putting a down payment on future heart disease. Every single cigarette, every drink, it's a direct hit on our blood vessels. It makes them stiff and narrow, and that's just setting the stage for a major heart problem later on.
Now for the 4th danger, and it's one we can't even see, the air we're breathing. Our environment is just full of pollutants, and we're inhaling these tiny toxic particles with every breath. And they don't just stay in our lungs. Nope. They get into our bloodstream, causing inflammation and damage to our arteries, silently laying the groundwork for a heart attack.
And the 5th and final danger? It's the weight on our minds. The nonstop pressure to do well in our careers, to keep up with friends, the stress from relationships, it's taking a huge toll on our mental health. And this isn't just about feeling sad, it's a physical thing. Stress and depression can seriously mess with our body's natural rhythms, including our blood circulation, putting a massive strain right on our hearts.
So there you have it. A crazy lifestyle, sitting around all day, harmful habits, breathing in toxic air, and the crushing weight of modern stress. It's like our hearts are fighting a war on 5 different fronts, and right now, it's a battle we are losing.
But here's the really scary part. What if the biggest threat is the one you don't even see coming? We all think we know what a heart attack looks like thanks to the movies, but the truth is way more subtle, and because of that, way more dangerous.
Yeah, that classic movie scene of someone clutching their chest in agony, it's dramatic for sure, but it's often wrong. The reality is, a heart attack doesn't always shout for attention. Sometimes it just whispers, and most of us aren't listening for it.
This is what's called a silent heart attack. The symptoms can be so mild, like a little bit of discomfort or just feeling really tired, that you'd probably just brush them off. But you have to understand, the damage that's being done to the heart is just as real and just as deadly.
Okay, I know this all sounds pretty grim, but here's the most important thing I'm going to say. You are not helpless in this. The power to change this story is absolutely in your hands. So let's talk about how you can start fighting back.
And look, this isn't about some crazy overnight transformation. It's all about making smarter choices. Step 1, just move. Your body is an engine. It needs to run. Even a simple walk or a bit of yoga can make a world of difference. 2, eat smarter. Start thinking of food as fuel for your body, not just something to satisfy a craving. And 3, know your limits. Enjoying yourself once in a while is totally different from being a chain smoker or a heavy drinker. Moderation is everything.
All this brings up a really big question. We tax things like cigarettes and alcohol because we know they're harmful. So if all this processed junk food is a major part of this public health crisis, should we be treating it the same way? It's a complicated debate for sure, but it's one we need to have if we're serious about this.
Look, while governments and companies definitely have a role to play, at the end of the day, the #1 guardian of your health is you. In this day and age, taking care of yourself isn't just a lifestyle choice anymore. It's a survival strategy.
This quote right here just says it all, doesn't it? The world is always going to be moving forward, getting faster and more demanding, but we get to decide how we show up for it. We can choose to be a victim of all this progress, or we can choose to be a healthy, thriving part of it.
And why does this all matter so much? Because every single dream you have, every goal you're working towards, every person you care about, all of it depends on you having a healthy heart. Your future isn't some far-off place. It's a journey you're on right now, and you need to be healthy enough to see it through.
So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with one very simple question that puts everything into perspective. What is more precious than your life? The answer is nothing. Absolutely nothing. So maybe it's time we all start acting like it.